It has been nearly a decade since I have played an Outlast game. Originally released in 2013, Outlast introduced us to Miles, a freelance journalist who is led to a mysterious psychiatric hospital after receiving an anonymous email. The game had a great atmosphere with memorable characters and spawned two more single-player experiences, Outlast Whistleblower and Outlast 2. I never got around to playing those two, but when I saw the brutal trailer for Outlast Trials, I just had to give it a shot. So after putting over 20 hours into the game, this is my review. During the prologue of the game, we are introduced to the basic mechanics of the game, hiding, running, night vision, locking doors, before running into Mother Gooseberry and her alter ego, Dr. Futterman. Red Barrels did a great job on this character because this thing is fucking terrifying.
Fresh fish! Poor fishy, I wish I could help, but from the size of this thing up my tuchus, I don't think we're alone! But that's nothing compared to what you're gonna get! I'll just let her find out all those secrets and rotten bits so they can put in something better!
Performance-wise, the game runs really well. I didn't notice any stuttering or lagging, and I was at a constant 120 FPS throughout the whole experience. There were some weird visual bugs, such as enemies clipping through, some glitch when trying to smash through a doorway, and the night vision automatically activating and deactivating, but nothing really game-breaking. Normally I don't really care much about audio in a game, as long as it doesn't sound out of place or the different levels aren't mixed well, then it's sound in a game. Good job, you didn't screw it up. So having said that, I have to applaud the sound design for this game. There's a little sound notification whenever an enemy hears or sees you, letting you know you need to move. You can hear nearby traps, enemies, and even objectives on where to go next.
I heard that. I know you're there.
The one complaint I have about the sound is that when the main objectives are complete and it's time to leave the trial, the intense chase music just plays for the rest of the trial. And I think this is intentional, which makes it kind of annoying. I would hate to get a lower score 40 minutes into the trial at the end because I couldn't hear the enemies nearby and I take unnecessary damage. In order to talk about the gameplay, I'm going to have to go somewhat into detail about the trials, so there are some slight gameplay spoilers for at least the first trial. There's a main objective of killing the snitch, but it multiplies into other objectives throughout the level. Here's a rundown of the objectives for the first trial. We spawn in, we enter the police station, we press the button in the security room, we restore power to the station, we find the 3 keys scattered throughout the level, we kill the snitch, and then we escape. The actual layout of the map is the same, as in you'll always spawn at this location, there's always going to be a door on the left that leads to a diner, the police station is across the way, but it is random on whether or not the door is trapped and what you'll find inside, whether it's a battery or a lockpick or something else. This helps in making you move faster through the map since you will remember how to get to the next area. My first time playing the police station, it took me 95 minutes and I got a D because I had no idea where to go or what I was doing. But I replayed the same trial and beat it in 22 minutes with an A rating because I knew where certain safe spots were and what strategies would work when completing the objectives. A nice feature that the game has is that there's some kind of pity timer where a little notification will pop up on the screen showing you where the next objective is. For one of these missions, I had to find the little wooden children and throw them into the grinder. I was having the toughest time finding the little vulgar demons, but then the game would just throw me a lifeline and show me exactly where they were. When in a trial, we are given 3 inventory spots for different items to help during. A large and small medicine to regain health, antidote to regain sanity, batteries for the night vision goggles, and my favorite escape tool, the adrenaline shot. Adrenaline regains your stamina and gives you a speed boost for a short time. This was my go-to for the end of the trial when you have to make your way all the way back to the entrance where the enemies will be wandering around. After escaping the trial, we get a grade and earn experience, money, and tickets. These tickets can be used to purchase and upgrade rigs, prescriptions, and amps when getting to level 2, 3, and 10 respectively. There are 4 rigs, each having a rechargeable effect such as healing or blinding an enemy. After unlocking a rig, there are upgrades you can make for it, such as increasing the radius of the explosion, having the rig rearm itself automatically, or getting an adrenaline boost when going through the smoke. These have to be unlocked in order from top to bottom, which is different from the prescriptions that can be unlocked. There are 2 tiers of prescriptions, with the first one having abilities such as allowing you to instantly use an item instead of having to pick it up first, being able to slide while running, and instantly running through doors in case you're being chased. All 7 of the Tier 1 upgrades have to be unlocked before gaining access to Tier 2. From Tier 2, we get into some better abilities such as expanding the inventory, decreasing stamina consumption while running, and increasing movement speed when carrying large objects. There are a couple missions where you have to carry a gas can or film reels, and the player moves so much slower than normal. Lastly, after getting to level 10, we are able to gain amps from Doris in the cafeteria. You're allowed to carry 3 amps at a time that will give your character upgrades for the trials. These include slippers that allow you to walk on glass without making noise, being able to regain stamina quicker when in a hiding spot, and making bricks and bottles noisier for distracting enemies.
Oh, who invited you into my daughter's tunnel?
Oh, everybody's invited in, Dr. Daddy. It's a place so wonderful, nobody ever thought to leave.
In the game, there are 2 prime assets, which are the game's version of the Big Bad, Leland Coil and Mother Gooseberry. Gooseberry is in the intro, second, and third trials of the game, while Leland is in the prison first trial. Initially, they will play a lot like the other enemies that chase you around, but in higher difficulties, they will be able to kill you in one hit, making them very dangerous. Being chased by them can be nerve-wracking because of the grunt noises that they make when chasing you, having it sound like they're breathing down your neck. So, kudos again to the sound team for bringing this game to life. One of the other main characters is the Skinner Man. Once your player gains psychosis either from stepping on a mine or being attacked by a pusher, our vision becomes blurry, it starts to warp, and the colors change. At first, Skinner Man is mostly harmless. He may give you the occasional heart attack and just appears when turning or exiting a room, but if psychosis is maxed out, Skinner Man starts attacking the player while dealing an area of effect aura. At this point, we can either take an antidote or run away from Skinner Man until he goes away. There are other submissions, I guess, that you can play based on the police station trial. 2 shorter missions that introduce new areas, and 2 harder versions of the original police station Kill the Snitch mission. So yeah, there's 5 missions here, but kinda not really, since 2 of the 5 are the same as the original mission, just with more obstacles and modifiers such as more enemies are spawned in, there are less places to hide, and not as many items lying around to be picked up. Instead of having these 2 more difficult trials be presets, Outlast should just have a custom mode that allows you, the player, to select what modifiers you want in the game. The more modifiers added, the more money, outfits, whatever is earned at the end of the trial. I think that would be much better and would add in a lot more replay value instead of just having these specific presets. The main complaint I have about the game is that we're expected to complete the same 3 trials over and over, which takes away the scare factor of the game. Sure, the game can still make me jump when I turn and see Skinner Man bolt right past me, but once you learn that you can just run back and forth from the enemies, you no longer worry about dying. Doors have traps which, if avoided, award the player with a free small battery, which kind of dumbs down the game since it turns every door encounter into opening it slowly so that 1. The noise from the door opening doesn't alert enemies. 2. You don't become immobilized from the trap and then attract enemies. And then 3. You get a free small battery from disarming the trap. There were a handful of times where I ran myself into a dead end and just went, shit, I'm dead. But then the enemy never checked that corner. He kind of just stares off in my direction and then returns to his patrol route. Or I went into a closet and Gooseberry only checked the one half of the closet. Like, what? Who does that?
Oh, children!
When getting onto co-op, you can choose what size of party you want to join, and a random leader is assigned who gets to choose the trial. Co-op does make the game a lot easier since you can double or quadruple the amount of people completing the objectives. It's also more forgiving since teammates can give you items, activate their heal rig, or take aggro away from an enemy that is chasing you. Games are a lot quicker and you will progress faster. The same mission that took me 30 minutes to solo only took 6 minutes with 3 other people on my team. The faster you level up, the easier the game gets because you get more tickets to spend on rig upgrades, prescriptions, and amps. After completing the 5 missions for each of the 3 trials, we unlock Program X. Finally! It had taken me 20 hours to get to this point. I can't wait to see what... It's the same shit as before? Seriously? So yeah, it's the same 9 missions, the 3 main trials and 2 submissions for each trial, but with different modifiers. I have to be honest, this was disappointing and a letdown. I guess I'll just have to wait in the future for more content. So after all that, now comes the tough part. Do I recommend this game in its current state at $30? So I do think the game is well polished. It performs well, sounds and looks great. I like the little hub area with the arm wrestling mini game and being able to customize your prison cell and character. Here we get to spend money earned in trials to change the wallpaper, the bed sheet color. We get to add posters, change our characters' outfits, what have you. The only thing that seems to be missing is more content, more trials. Co-op is a thing, but makes the game way too easy in my opinion, and it just really becomes a race to see which team member can complete the objective first. I feel like if you really wanted to, you could just sit in the starting area, Alt-Tab out, and let everyone else complete the level for you. So I believe that solo is where this game really shines and would recommend playing it that way. On the Steam page, Red Barrels mentions that the $30 early access price will not change during development, but will increase once the game is released. So unless you are absolutely certain that you would like to play this game, maybe wait until another update or 2 to see how much content is added. The game is said to release by the end of 2023, so we'll just have to wait and see what updates make to the game in the upcoming months. If I had to make a decision, yes, I would purchase it for $30 if you enjoy the Outlast series and don't mind playing games where you won't be able to attack your enemies and will need to run and hide instead.
You got another thing coming. Motherfucker.
Thanks for watching, and if you liked the video, give it a like and subscribe to see more content. Are you interested or have you played Outlast Trials and what do you think about it? Let me know in the comments. Remember to stay patient and trust your journey.